guys, and welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. What I am going to do today is I am going to show you guys how to make your own screen print confetti. I know that using the confetti was really popular. It came from, I believe, TikTok. But a lot of people have done it and tried it now. So I was on TikTok and I was scrolling and I was seeing that people were making their own confetti versus purchasing it. So that is what I'm showing you how to do today, as I'm showing you how to make your own confetti. I will leave everything that I used down below. And I also have another video on how to put it on the shirt and press it as well. So if you want to learn how to make your own t-shirt, DIY screen print confetti, go ahead and stick around. Okay guys, so I am going to start off here in Cricut Design Space and show you how we're going to do the SVG in order to get make the screen print. I have this leopard print image here. I got this from Design Bundles for $1. So this is what we're going to go ahead and use. Now I'm going to make this the size of my my screen, the mesh screen that I have, which I've already measured out. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. The width is 10.5 and the height is 15. Okay, so this is the size of my screen. So this is what I'm going to go ahead and cut. Now keep in mind that we're going to be reverse weeding this. So all of these black pieces are what you're going to weed out, instead of normally you would leave these black pieces, the pattern. Those are the parts you would leave. But for this screen print, that's the part you're going to take out, basically reverse weeding. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go over here to make it. I'm just going to cut this out with some black vinyl, regular black vinyl. So I don't need to mirror because I'm not using HTV or anything like that. I am going to go ahead, my machine's not on, but I'm going to go ahead and get this cut with some regular black premium vinyl, and then I will meet you guys over at my craft table. All right guys, so I'm back here and I have my pattern cut out here. So like I said, with this we are going to reverse weed, which basically means everything that you would normally take away, so the excess vinyl going around, that's the vinyl that you're going to keep, and we're going to weed out the design. So I'll do a couple pieces here to show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so you see how I am weeding out the pattern and leaving the excess vinyl around. Okay, so you want to do the whole thing and just weed out the pattern. Okay. So I do have the whole thing reverse weeded now. Okay, so we left all the excess that you would normally take off, and we weeded out the leopard print design. That was the part we left. So now what I'm going to do, you could try to just pull this off and put it on your board, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some transfer tape because I don't want to rip it at all. This is the transfer tape from Dollar Tree. I got it to try it out just to see, you know, if I would like it. So far, I've only used it once. So far, it's okay. I'm going to try it out again today. and see how it works, if I like it. The one thing I don't like is that it's like, I don't know, it's a little staticky. Like, it wants to stick to everything. And it's a little more floppier. So you really got to be careful with it when you lay it down. Because it's not like, the Cricut transfer tape is a little bit stickier. Not stickier, but stiffer. So when you go to try to lay it down, it's easier. If that makes any sense. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's gonna have to work. I don't think I'll be purchasing it again, just because I prefer, I do prefer the Cricut brand. I know a lot of people don't like the Cricut brand, but I definitely do. I would rather pay for convenience than have to pay for something that's like only $1 and then it just constantly is always messing up. So I probably won't be repurchasing this Cricut brand. I mean, this Dollar Tree transfer tape. Hopefully it don't tear up my project now. Hold on. And I'm peeling the backing away from the vinyl. It just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, and then I have my screen here. So I'm just using a speedball screen. I'm no Screen Print Pro expert, none of that. I've only done it a handful of times. I have the speedball screen. I got it from Hobby Lobby. However, you can get the kit from Amazon. I will link it down below. But this is the part where the ink goes, and this is where the vinyl is going to go. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it over, and we are going to lay the vinyl down. I want to try to make sure it's nice and flat so we don't have any bubbles. Okay, and then I'm going to peel the transfer tape away. I'm just slowly peeling it away because I don't want to rip anything, any part of the vinyl. Even though, because this is the screen print confetti, it doesn't need to be like perfect because we're just using this to make it, and then we're going to chop it up too after we get the ink out. So it doesn't have to be like super perfect. These little pieces want to stick. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm like really struggling with this. I would not suggest this transfer tape at all whatsoever. That's just my personal opinion. It was terrible. Okay, now that we finally have that off, Lord Jesus. Okay, all we're gonna do is kind of go over the vinyl and make sure any bubbles are out. You don't want any bubbles or anything in your vinyl. So just make sure it's nice and smoothed out. And I'm just taking my little Cricut squeegee and we're just getting any little air bubbles that we might have out. You want this to be nice and flush to the mesh. It doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because we just want to get the ink, and then we're going to chop it up as well, even smaller than these pieces here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You just don't want to make a mess while we're doing it. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. Okay. So now our screen is completely covered with our design. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be using my Teflon sheet just because I'll be able to scrape it off, and I'll also be able to wipe it off too. You can use parchment paper, Teflon sheet, nothing that's going to rip. So I wouldn't do like aluminum foil because we're going to be, you know, scraping it off like this. So aluminum foil, when you're scraping it, may rip and it may be harder to get off. So like parchment paper, wax paper, Teflon, you know, something like that. Something to where when you go to scrape it, it's not going to rip. Okay. Let me grab my ink. Okay, so I have my ink. Now I'm going to be using gold. If you have seen or if you've been watching me for a while, I do have a screen printing video for beginners on my channel already. I did it a couple months ago. I use this gold ink. I still have so much of it left. I did get it from Hobby Lobby, but again, I will link down below a kit that you can purchase from Amazon. I'm going to be using the gold speedball ink for this entire jar at Hobby Lobby. It was $10, $9.99. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to be using. I'm going to shake it up a little bit just because I know it's been sitting. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and you can make a whole container, like if you just wanted, like I need a lot of gold confetti. This is definitely more cost efficient than purchasing it from somebody on Etsy if you wanted to make your own, and you can do a lot at a time. So let's say you have a whole roll of parchment paper, you could like line it up across your whole table or your whole kitchen counter or wherever it is you're doing it at, and you can use this same screen to do a bunch of them. Okay, I mean, you can just keep on going. As long as the vinyl is still sticking to the back of it, you can just keep on going, keep on going. So you can make a whole jar of gold screen print confetti in an hour. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely more cost efficient. This is only $10. This ink is only $10, and then the screen, I don't exactly remember how much the screen was, but like I said, everything will be linked down below. Okay. So what we're going to do is take our ink and put it up at the top here. I do want to have a nice amount because we got to squeegee it all the way down. Okay. So there we go. I may need a little bit more, but we'll see. And then this is the squeegee. I got the speedball squeegee I got from Hobby Lobby as well. It was $11.99, so $12. Okay, then you're going to take the squeegee. You're going to put it right on top. And you're going to squeegee it down. Squeegee it down. And when I get to the bottom, I'm kind of scooping up the excess ink so that I can do it again. Squeegee it down, scooping it up. Okay. Now I have some excess here, and I'm just going to kind of scrape it into my jar because we don't want to waste ink. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull the screen print off of the Teflon sheet. When I pull it, because it's wet, it's going to stick to the Teflon sheet. So I'm going to hold the Teflon sheet down with one hand, and I'm going to pull the screen print up with my other hand. Okay, now it is on my Teflon sheet. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me turn this down and zoom in. Okay, so can you see that the screen print is on the Teflon sheet? That's what we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this to dry, completely dry. So I'm going to put a fan on it. This shouldn't take that long to dry. The screen print is pretty, it doesn't take that long to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fan on it. I'm going to let it completely dry, and then we'll come back and we'll keep going. All right, so for the most part, the ink is pretty dry, okay? So what we're gonna do now, I am going to place it underneath the heat press just because heat I'm not gonna actually press it. Heat kind of solidifies the ink, but what we're gonna do is put it under there and just kind of hover it. And it is, all I did was turn my heat press on. So it was already set to 400 degrees because that's what I pressed my, I was doing sublimation. Okay. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it underneath this heat press, and we're just going to hover it. I'm not closing it. You do not want to close it all the way. You're going to mess up your ink. So do not do that. I'm just kind of hovering it. We just want to go ahead and make sure the ink is nice and solidified, dry, all that good stuff, so that we can put it on our, that was my timer, so we can go ahead and transfer it from here into our little chopper so that we can make the confetti. Okay, I don't know how long I'm supposed to do this. I'm just kind of seeing how it, looks. If there's any bubbles or wet spots or anything like that. Not really seeing anything. I'm going to do it probably for about 10 more seconds. If you haven't already, please join my Facebook group on Facebook. It's called, the group is called Crafty Mamas with an S, no emojis or anything like that. Okay. All right, so I am going to go ahead and bring it back over here. Now, what I have to put it in is just a little kind of mason jar. Okay, so I have like a little food chopper here. You can use whatever you want to chop it up. If you want to use like a little food processor, not the electric one, like a hand one, like the one I have here is like a little hand chopper, right? You just chop it with your hand. I would suggest you doing something like this, just because, and I don't even know how to work this thing. Let me put that back on. Okay, there we go. Basically, what I'm going to do, mine comes with this little scraper tool. You can use your squeegee, your Cricut squeegee, if you have one. My food chopper came with this little scraper, so I'm going to use this. All I'm going to do is, it's actually not coming off. Okay, I'm going to use this. My little scraper here, my squeegee from my Cricut squeegee. All I'm going to do is scrape it off. Okay, and it kind of comes off, mine's kind of coming off in like this, like a little roll versus like pieces, which is fine. Like I said, we're just going to chop it up. Okay, so I'm just scraping. So this is why I was saying you might not want to do like aluminum foil, because you don't want the aluminum foil to rip while you're trying to do this. Okay. So now I have all my ink, well, most of it scraped off and inside the chopper. I'm going to put this back on, and we're just going to go ahead and basically chop it up. Into small pieces. Well, it's not really chopping. Okay, this isn't really working, this chopper. What I'm gonna do is, at this point, I can just kind of rip it up. Now, obviously, if you're doing this in bulk, that would not be ideal. But, and then I just have like a little mason jar that we can put it in. I wouldn't suggest doing this kind of food chopper. There's like a little, it's on Amazon. I've seen it. I'm just going to cut these pieces. I've seen it. It's like on Amazon. It's like a little hand, electric hand chopper. I'm going to link it down below so that you guys can check it out. But it's like, a little electric one. And it would be way more probably efficient. My chopper didn't chop. It just turned it into a big old roll of ink. So that's why I'm just cutting it with some scissors now and putting it inside of this what is this? This mason jar. So yeah, the chopper I have, I wouldn't suggest it. I'm going to link down, like I said, I'm going to link down below. Another one that I saw somebody use on TikTok that would be a little bit better. I just kind of like ran and grabbed mine from Meyer thinking it would work, but it kind of didn't. Okay, but here's the confetti. Okay, sorry guys, my battery died. But here's the confetti. Hopefully you guys can see it. I didn't make a whole lot because I really was just making it for this video to show you how. But here is the confetti. All you gotta do is put it on the shirt. I do have another video on how to put this on the shirt and press it. But yeah, that is all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm dropping it everywhere. Any questions, comments, concerns, video ideas, anything, drop them down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.